What's up, guys? If you saw the title of the video, you guys know I'm actually making something different this time. D&D. At the time of recording this, the Among Us video hasn't come out yet, so I'll record about that at the end of the video. So our adventure begins back in March 5th of 2019. Basically, me, our friend Joey, and my sister Jackie, we all thought, hey, let's play D&D because we watched Stranger Things. And that's what we did. And our cast of characters are Vanya, the 29-year-old human assassin, played by Joey. Zelmelis, the 237-year-old dark elven criminal, played by Emily. Grayax, the 313-year-old dragonborn who looks like fucking Shovel Knight, played by Ulysses. Dagger, the 38-year-old human who looks like a barbarian but is actually a knight, played by Hugo. And Zalamar, the 238-year-old dark elven criminal, played by yours truly. Probably some other time I'm going to make some video on more of the lore of the Forgotten Realms, but for now, onto the story. The three criminals were captured by the two knights and taken to someone named Dagult Neverember, who is the lord of the city that they live in, called Neverwinter. He tells them that they have to go and save his daughter, who is in some cave being held captive by a dragon. By the way, this princess, as we called her name is Thaula. She isn't actually canon to the lore of Dungeons and Dragons, but she is for me. I do remember that everyone's first quest was to go over to this small town called Phandalin and defeat some orcs that were in that area. Anyway, after a lot of XP grinding with the side quests, we finally decided to go and kill this dragon. Back then, I was actually pretty bad at being a dungeon master, so everyone kind of defeated the dragon really quickly. We got Thaula, we took her back to Neverwinter, and the end. Everyone lived happily ever after. No, they didn't. So basically, the next day, one of my players, Vanya, she decided to sleep with the princess. And now they're dating, I guess. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Anyway, after that, I created a new campaign, which was still the same storyline. They started it, but we didn't finish, so that sucks. Instead, we did D&D version of Infinity War and Endgame, and holy shit, that went terribly. After that, it was the summer, and then we got into high school, and this is when stuff gets a bit more interesting. Basically, what happened is those last two things, we called them not canon. The only thing that actually happened in this timeline is we saved Thaula. Also, Emily, Hugo, and Ulysses, they didn't feel like playing anymore because we're going to start playing at my house. And that's when we let two new people join. Vassity, the 95-year-old elven cleric, played by Jackie, and Hagmar, the 170-year-old elven archer, played by Naira. Also, Zalamar left because, I'm a DM, and then the players began to start doing some side quests. But at one point, these players became fugitives because Lord Dagult Neverember learned about Thaula and Vanya. So then the party fled south to somewhere called Waterdeep. While there, they heard some rumors about some monster called the Tarask. And what do you know? The Tarask is real and ended up fighting them. The Tarask there's a picture on the screen. And also, he's like, I think 50 feet tall, maybe taller. Somehow, I don't know how, it's probably because I'm terrible at DMing this, but somehow the player survived and even killed the Tarask. Anyway, after that, they got captured. They went to prison. Some Dragonborn named Sabrina broke them out of prison, and then they went and assassinated Lord Dagalt Neverember. To this day, no one knows how Lord Neverember died. But now Thala is the lady, I guess? Anyway, so this Dragonborn named Sabrina talked about two men who apparently used to abuse her. They followed her and they found these two men and almost killed them, but at the last second, somehow, Sabrina transformed into the same dragon that they fought almost 1 year ago. Well, it was more than a year, but you know. Sabrina and these Dragonborn brothers, who were named Brolo and Brico, left after they knocked the whole party unconscious. So here's some backstory on Sabrina. Basically, she can transform into a dragon, and she wanted to make Bolro and Brico happy by kidnapping the princess successfully. But she ended up almost dying, and she was abandoned by Bolro and Brico because of that. Basically, it was a bit more like they were mad at each other for that time period. This is when the actual people in the party, the real people, we decided to separate everything into seasons like if it was some show. So the original storyline with the dragon and the princess, that is season 1. Season 2 was actually against the Tarask, and season 3 was Boro and Brico. Anyway, so that's it for this video. Next time I talk about D&D, I will be talking about Season 4, which is actually all the players' favorite season because of the cool new villain. Anyway, I'll continue talking about that next video. So, the Among Us video did pretty decent, but give us some clout, please. Also, by the time that this video is out, in like 1 or 2 days, there's something going to be happening over on Fall Against the Dark, so go follow them on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description. And finally, about next week's episode, that one's going to be a bit shorter because there isn't much to write for what's supposed to be happening in the story. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. I have a fucking outro, so now I know what to do, I guess.